Happy day after Thanksgiving. Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher along with BNEWS Director Rich Hosford, BNEWS reporters Chris Flaherty and Robert Paris, Peter Brown with the weather, and Madison Shipko with the community calendar. Thank you for joining us. Burlington Police and Fire responded at 8:12 p.m. Wednesday for a report of a car into a house at 80 Bedford Street. I'm sure you've seen the pictures by now. According to authorities, upon arrival, first responders located a 2006 Ford F-150 pickup truck that had crashed into a parked car, sending it into another car and causing damage to the front of the home. A preliminary investigation indicates that the vehicle cut across Bedford Street from Humboldt Ave and struck two parked cars before striking the house. The driver, a 46-year-old Burlington man, reported experiencing a medical issue shortly before the crash. However, he refused treatment at the scene. A female passenger was transported to an area hospital for treatment for injuries that are not believed to be serious or life-threatening. The driver will be summoned for operating to endanger, and the Burlington Police Department will file an immediate threat notification with the Massachusetts Registry of Motor Vehicles. The operator's name is not being released at this time. No one inside the home was injured, but at least two people are displaced at this time until a building inspector can determine that the dwelling is safe to occupy. The incident remains under investigation by the Burlington Police Department. The Burlington Public Schools Director of Special Education, Louise D'Amato, has resigned from her position. She said in a letter to parents released by the Burlington Schools that she has decided to move on from her position. In the letter, she said it was a pleasure to work with the town's children and their parents, and that she wishes everyone the best. Aside from the resignation letter, the school department has said very little about D'Amato and her position with the school. The Burlington Union reported that she had been placed on leave in early October, but that school officials and school committee members declined to comment because it was a personnel issue. School committee member Christine Monaco did say the leave was not as a result of a Mass Department of Education report that was critical of how the department did its individual education plan developments and the opportunities for students with learning disabilities. It remains to be seen who will replace D'Amato at this point. The Burlington Fire Department welcomed 3 new firefighters to the force on Monday. During the Board of Selectmen meeting, Town Administrator John Petrin appointed Justin Kane, Connor Guinier, and David Rosenberger to the force. Petrin said that the town had approved 8 new positions that were meant to be filled last year and this year. Those new positions, coupled with hirings to fill vacancies made by retirements, have led to a number of new firefighters joining the force recently. The goal, he said, is to have at least 15 firefighters on per shift as manning levels, and to hire paramedics to enhance the department's medical response. All firefighter hires are done through the Massachusetts Civil Service process. Justin Kane is currently employed at Northeast Ambulance as a full-time paramedic responding to calls in Beverly. He is currently enrolled in a fire science program at North Shore Community College. Connor Guinier works for Cataldo Ambulance as a full-time paramedic on the North Shore and works per diem for Lion Ambulance Services. He is also enrolled in a fire science program at North Shore Community College. He is also a certified scuba diver. David Rosenberger is currently employed at Cataldo Ambulance as a full-time paramedic. He also volunteers at the Malden Emergency Center, which provides support services to the Malden Fire Department and surrounding communities. After the appointments, the Board of Selectmen voted to waive the 15-day waiting period for new hires. The United Church of Christ in Burlington held this year's Interfaith Thanksgiving service. The service was a way for the community to learn about the different faiths and beliefs in Burlington. BNews reporter Robert Paris was at this year's service and has this look at the event.
A room filled with people of different beliefs came together to worship, love, and pray. On Monday, November 20th, the United Church of Christ Congregational in Burlington held the annual Community Interfaith Thanksgiving service.
This Interfaith Thanksgiving service has been going on for many years, actually, and I've only been in Burlington for 5 years, but it started long before I came here. And every year a different house of worship hosts the service, and this year my congregation, the United Church of Christ Congregational, had the blessing of hosting this service.
A variety of different religions from Burlington were represented at this year's special event.
We had Protestant, Catholic, Jewish, Muslim. We were supposed to have a Hindu representative, but he became ill at the last minute. And so we had a variety of faith traditions represented.
Each faith spread the message of uniting as a community.
All of our faith traditions talked about the importance of gratitude, of celebrating all the abundant blessings in our lives, of recognizing that we're all God's beloved children, and it's our responsibility to take care of one another and to love one another, and that our foundations, even though we have different faith traditions, the foundation that we take care of one another and take care of the earth, we all share those values, and so that was really celebrated in tonight's service.
I got a chance to speak with representatives from the religions that were at the service and how they got a chance to participate in the event.
Well, ever since I've been here, which is 34 years, we've had our Interfaith Thanksgiving service. It actually predates me. We've been doing it for maybe almost 40 years, and it was a wonderful opportunity for the interfaith clergy to celebrate this spiritual day and to give thanks and to be together and to celebrate our diversity and to unite together as Americans.
So it was really the interfaith community reached out to us, and the Islamic Center, they've been trying for years on end actually, and there was no imam for some time, and so I recently moved into the area, and I started about a year ago, and ever since then I've been part of the interfaith community and working with them in various activities.
It's always been a very special time to be together with my colleagues from the various faith traditions here in town as we join together and giving thanks to God for the blessings we've received and renew and refresh ourselves in the relationships that we have with each other.
Through meeting people, through meeting one clergy person who then invited me to come and meet with the clergy group, and from there it's just snowballed, and now we've become great friends and companions.
Finally, it doesn't matter what you believe in because we all have something in common.
I hope what people take away from this evening is just a sense of blessing and spirituality and thanks, and to give thanks for everything that we have, for everything that we have in our country, all of the positives that we have in our country right now, and also to understand that we need to reach out to each other in this difficult time in our nation's life and to embrace each other.
I'm really hoping they leave with warm hearts and acceptance of different faiths and religions, and an idea that we can all live together in harmony the way it happened today and tonight, and that for the days coming forward, that we'll try to be more accepting of other people and communities whenever we find them.
I hope what they take away from tonight is that we have more in common than we have differences. However, our differences are not a liability. It shows the beautiful diversity of our town, cultural, religious, ethnic, linguistic, all these diverse aspects of our town are part of what make us so beautiful, and it's important to celebrate that and learn from each other and grow in our understanding of one another.
Well, tonight the principal reflection that was offered by one of the ministers in our group really talked about our need to go outside of our tents, go outside of our comfortability, to really reach out to those people, individuals who, again, are different than ourselves, and in doing so, to respect the uniqueness that they are, realizing that in turn, we find our own lives being enriched because of the opportunity to meet people that are different than obviously each of us might find ourselves to be, and we become better persons by that.
One key thing that was shared tonight was compassion. I think it's something that is key for all of us in providing unity for our community.
From the UCC, I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Weekly.
Another Thanksgiving tradition, of course, is the final taking of the field of the Burlington High School Red Devils football team for its annual game against Lexington. This year, the Devils fell short with a loss of 44-6. This year, the team had a rarity. Two of its players stayed on the field for the halftime show as members of the BHS marching band. BNews reporter Chris Flaherty caught up to the students pulling this double duty and has this report.
It's not common for football players to stay on the field during halftime, but two Burlington High students are breaking the mold. Matt Harrigan and Jack Cormier are both members of the Red Devil football team and the marching band. Harrigan, a junior, is a quarterback and wide receiver for the Devils and plays trumpet for the band. This is his third year with both groups. Cormier, a sophomore, is on the offensive and defensive line and plays the vibraphone. This is his second year with both groups.
I played football ever since second grade, and I don't think I played trumpet until like third grade. So yeah, I did football first.
I just started band and football my freshman year.
I'm like one of those people who like never do like the normal. I like to be the outside person of the group, so I thought doing both would be good.
I was just convinced by friends and my sister to join band my freshman year, and I would just always wanted to play football.
I asked Harrigan and Cormier how they're able to manage a heavy schedule, juggling weekly practices for both band and football.
We have football every single day, and it's always usually at the same time.
We just go halfway, band and football on Tuesdays, and then on Thursdays we're allowed to just go to band afterwards because that's when rehearsal is.
As the end of the football season approaches, I asked both boys their thoughts on the progress of both the team and the band.
Well, for football, it's not going as planned as we expected, but a new coach, so we're expecting good things in the future. And same with band, it can only get better from here because of just practice and repetition.
Just like new instructors, the program's just going to get better over time.
Until next time, this is Chris Flaherty for BNEWS Weekly.
People in need of immediate or short-term care for non-life-threatening medical issues now have a place to go in Burlington. Partners Urgent Care held a ribbon-cutting ceremony last week for its new location at 47 Middlesex Turnpike. The location is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, and walk-ins are welcome, and same-day or next-day appointments are available. Partners Urgent Care Burlington is equipped with digital x-ray and on-site labs. The team is available to treat a wide range of illnesses and injuries from coughs and colds to cuts, burns, and broken bones. They treat anyone over the age of 1. Its website says that Partners Urgent Care Burlington provides a clean and modern walk-in clinic with comfortable amenities, including free Wi-Fi, beverages, snacks, and children's activities. Burlington's representative in the State House supported a bill signed by Governor Charlie Baker that mandates certain health benefits for women be covered by health insurance policies. Senator Friedman and Representative Gordon joined with their legislative colleagues to enact H. 4009, an act advancing contraceptive coverage and economic security in our state, better known as the Access Bill. According to supporters, the Access Bill is viewed as both a safeguard and a worst-case scenario means to shield Massachusetts women from regressive health care policy, which rollbacks by the federal government, which may happen. The Access Bill mandates that more options like IUDs be covered copay free. It also allows women to purchase full-year supplies of their medication in just one pharmacy visit. On Saturday, the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department and Friends of the Burlington Dog Park Group held a short event to commemorate the start of construction of Burlington's incoming dog park at Hernandez Park. BNews reporter John Vias was there and has this report.
The idea for an area dedicated to our tail-wagging friends has been in development for quite some time now, and the Burlington Dog Park Committee came together once again this past Saturday at Hernandez Park for a small groundbreaking ceremony with a ribbon cutting courtesy of the Parks and Recreation Department's director, Brendan Egan.
A little cutting. We don't have those big fancy systems. Jake, are you ready? No
right. Troubles.
There we go. All right.
We're on our way.
So thank you, everyone, for all your hard work. It wasn't always easy. Some turmoil in there too, but we saw it through, and we'll have a grand opening in the spring at some point. The start was February of 2014. The Recreation Commission was approached about having a dog park, and they were the recreation director at the time was approached about from the Stanton Foundation about being a community they were interested in working with for a dog park.
A few years ago, we all started it. Had the idea of having a park here for the dogs to come play in 3-4 years ago. Hopefully, we're going to get done this December, another month.
There was a need we felt. Those of us that had dogs and loved dogs and wanted dogs felt a need to come together and start the process, and town was involved. Recreation department was extremely helpful, and it went from there.
The Burlington Dog Park Committee also spoke about the importance of our four-legged companions to roam free beyond the fence and to make new friends.
It's a place to let the dogs run. I don't have a fenced-in yard, so I'm looking forward to the park so I can let my dog run. She's a beagle. She'd run and not come back if I didn't have a fenced-in area for her to come and play with other dogs.
It's awesome. not only for myself and the department, but for all of the committee members that worked on this, that were here before I was, that started on the initial committee. Finally seeing shovels in the ground and construction happening, it really, I think, is a good thing for everybody, and especially the residents of Burlington.
It kind of gives a little place for people to bring their dogs, without leashes, for them to kind of, run around and, be kind of free in this, nice setting. As well as when soccer games are playing and softball games are playing, it's a nice place to have the dogs, come out and just kind of be free and be happy.
And a fun, safe environment such as a dog park doesn't come easy. Hard work is the key to make this dream a doggone reality.
It was the one thing that Burlington didn't have as far as, parks and recreation, to have a place for people to bring their dogs and to let them run free and socialize.
I think it's a great opportunity for dogs to socialize in an enclosed, safe environment, for their owners to socialize as well, but to be off-leash and in a secure environment to run and play and have a good time.
Well, on a contractor standpoint, it's great, We get to come to work and, provide a nice park for the community. And, we're very happy to be a part of it, especially being a town resident as well. And we're happy and excited to get this thing, up and going and completed.
It feels good. It feels great seeing the machines in here, stuff dug up. It's actually it's a dream. So a dream come true. So if you work hard enough, it's something that's going to happen. So it's finally seeing progress here. It's a great thing.
From the Burlington Dog Park groundbreaking ceremony at Hernandez Park, I'm John Vias for BNEWS Weekly.
The Burlington native has made a big real estate purchase that will require renovation of both its physical structure as well as its reputation before it can be sold. The Boston Herald reports that Arif Khan put down $1 million for former New England Patriots star Aaron Hernandez, Westwood Estate Mansion in North Attleboro. As most people know, in 2013, Hernandez was arrested and charged in the murder of his friend Odin Lloyd. He was subsequently found guilty of first-degree murder in 2015 and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. While on trial in the Lloyd case, Hernandez was also indicted for the 2012 double murder of Daniel De Abreu and Safiro Furtado, but was acquitted. Days later, he was found dead in his cell, with his death being ruled a suicide. Khan, a fan of the Patriots, told the Herald he hopes to move into the home before Christmas, but it needs some work. He estimates that he'll need to invest another $150,000 on immediate repairs, including doors that were broken down, possibly by the police, and water leaks in the garage. Still, the house is impressive. It has a pool with a waterfall, a gourmet kitchen, an ice bath, and a movie theater. It should have cost Khan more than $1 million, the Herald reports, but with Hernandez's estate facing 3 wrongful death lawsuits and owing taxes to the city of North Attleboro, selling the estate even at a $300,000 discount below asking price made sense. Khan says he hopes to get the value up to $1.4 million before selling. Smartphones are ubiquitous among adults and older teens, and we all know that they can be a distraction. But what about younger children? How do they impact their growth and development? A new movie screened at Marshall Simons Middle School earlier this month tackles those questions. BNEWS director Rich Hosford was at the screening and panel discussion that followed, and he files this report.
Smartphones, tablets, laptops, and all the other screens that garner our attention and keep us informed and entertained are likely also keeping us distracted. The same can be said for teens and children, and likely to even a greater degree. In fact, researchers say too much screen time might actually change the way kids' brains develop. That is the subject of the movie Screenagers that was recently screened by the Burlington Education Foundation at Marshall Simons Middle School. The event was part of BEF's goal of furthering education in the community.
Okay, well, we wanted to do something educational, and we thought showing a movie and then having a panel would be a great way to engage a lot of people. And the movie has to be something with a message, something of value, and then I put together a panel of people who could talk about the movie. And we thought that would support our mission of the Burlington Education Foundation and also be helpful to families in the area.
So what made them choose this movie?
I think we're all concerned about screen time for ourselves, for our children, and it's a hot topic. Many of us grew up without devices, and we're kind of maneuvering how to parent with devices and make sure that we're balancing, the great things about technology versus the not so great things. And I think this was just a great way to kind of see that visually on screen and know that others are dealing with the same kind of things we're all dealing with at home or in school, and be able to talk about it.
The screening, attended by over 100 parents, was followed by a panel discussion with local educators and experts, including Assistant Superintendent Patrick Larkin, who has spent a lot of time studying technology and education. He said he was happy so many parents came out to see the movie and delve into the conversation.
It's a needed conversation. Hopefully it's the start. I mean, I think this is the start of an ongoing dialogue about our kids and how technology impacts them, as I think we've been a leader in technology in Burlington. So I'd also like to be a leader in some of the downsides and how the negative impacts can affect our kids and what we can do to be more proactive about that. Like I said to the audience, we're really interested in the mindfulness conversation and making sure our kids are mindful of what they're doing and how it impacts them, whether it's technology or otherwise, but I think technology is going to certainly be a big focus of that.
Larkin also told us what in the movie jumped out to him.
I think, again, that Simon Sinek quote that was in there talking about how technology is great for maintenance but not for the building, and I think he's talking about relationships, and you really can't teach kids empathy I think they lose empathy if they are spending too much time interacting just online, because they're not having the physical contact and being in the same space with someone. So I think the more we can encourage that with kids, I think there's a tendency for kids to be more online when they're out of school, and for them to talk about the impact. They don't have the same types of close relationships. And some of the articles we're seeing, NPR had one this week about depression in girls, and a lot of it's due to social media use. So really to make sure that our kids are having time with their peers.
Overall, members of the Burlington Education Foundation said they thought the evening was a success.
I think it went great. We were pleasantly surprised. We had a great turnout. People asked a lot of questions. I was just outside and people really liked the movie. So I think it was good.
At Marshall Simons Middle School, I'm BNEWS Director Rich Hosford.
BCAT will have a full playing of the panel discussion. Look for the upcoming showing of that on the BNews schedule. The BCAT website will show you the schedule. Let's go now to BNews meteorologist Peter Brown in our Weather Center for a look at the latest forecast. We'll also check out the community calendar with Madison Shipka to see what's happening in Burlington.
Well, hello everyone, and this is Peter Brown with a look at your weather for the next 7 days, and I hope you all had a wonderful and very happy and safe Thanksgiving. And of course, if you can believe it, we are actually now heading into the last week of meteorological fall. I know that sounds really hard to believe, but with all the nice weather we've had this fall, it's easy to see how the time's gone by so quickly. Now, starting out on Friday, if you're going out there, you're going to be at the mall doing all of your shopping for Christmas and for the holidays and everything. We're going to see temperatures fairly average for this time of the year. Something a little bit different. We've seen a lot of cold air this November so far, and of course, lots of warm air back in September and October. But again, finally, we're going to be starting out where we're supposed to be at, in the mid-40s. And of course, look at this now. This is getting to the time of the year where we can see record lows getting below zero, but we're going to be very far from that, so not to worry about that, that's for sure. And as we head into look at this here, the very last day of November, we're going to see our average highs are supposed to be about in the mid-40s, and we're going to see that reflected pretty much in the forecast as we go ahead with that. And of course, as you notice here, the days just getting shorter and shorter, but only a few more weeks left, and the days will start getting longer again. So that's definitely something to look forward to as we head through the end of November. Now, as we go ahead, I'm going to show you a little bit of what's going to be going on with our weather here in the Burlington area for the next 7 days. Now, looking at the models about a week ago or so, they were actually pointing out they thought we were going to have a fairly active storm pattern going into the last week of November with, many storms. But Lo and behold, look what's happened here. We're only going to be seeing a couple of very weak disturbances moving through the Burlington area and the rest of southern New England over the next 7 days. Now that's going to bring every maybe 2 or 3 days a little bit of a chance of maybe some spotty flurries, some maybe showers, but pretty much that's going to be it. We're going to see kind of an up and down with the temperatures as we see these warm fronts come through, then followed by these sharp cool fronts. So we're going to see a couple of days where we're going to have some very, very nice temperatures as we head into the weekend, followed by a big cool down as we go into Monday and Tuesday. However, as this next front approaches us from the west, getting on towards the middle, towards the end of next week, we're going to see a little bit of a warm up again and then another cool down. But in terms of big storms, really doesn't look like the rest of November and even into the first week of December we're going to be really seeing anything. The two streams of the jet stream really haven't been able to connect together, and because of that, we're just going to get some very weak storms to come through. So no big accumulating snows and no heavy rain, that's for sure. As we go ahead, I'm going to show you those temperatures that are going to be coming up for the next 7 days. And as you can see here, starting out Friday, if you're heading over to the Burlington Mall and over to the district to do all your shopping and spend some nice time out with your friends and families after the big holiday, look at that. We're going to see some fair skies and temperatures, about average like we said again. Now, as we get into Saturday, we may actually have to up these temperatures a little bit. The latest projections actually are showing temperatures on Saturday that may get up into the upper 50s. So if you're able to get out and be out on Saturday, it's going to be an absolutely beautiful, beautiful day here in the Burlington area, that's for sure. Now, getting into Sunday, we're going to see approach of one of those fronts coming through. We're going to see the temperatures probably in the mid to upper 40s around dawn, and then we're going to see maybe a couple of light showers come through, maybe a few flurries, and that's going to bring our temperatures, of course, down on Monday, down into the upper 30s. So a little bit chilly if you're going to be out there starting up next week, again, going back to work. But look at this on Tuesday again. Fair skies return and temperatures back up near 50 again. And, of course, as we head towards the end of the period into Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to see another system approach us again with the same type of shower activity. Nothing really to talk about, and temperatures, of course, cooling down. By the time we get to Thursday, we may see some pretty chilly temperatures down into the maybe low and mid-30s. But, folks, I hope you get out there, enjoy all of this great weather that we're having, and have a very safe and a great week.
Hello, I'm Maddie Shipka, and this is your community calendar. Come take a look at some popular holiday decorations. On November 30th through December 4th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Atria Longmeadow Place will be having their 11th annual Festival of Wreaths event. Come check out all the wonderful wreaths with many designs and sizes. The wreaths will be raffled off on December 4th at 2 p.m. Everyone is welcome and the event is free. For more information, call 781-270-9008. Bah humbug! On Saturday, December 2nd from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., the Burlington Public Library will be having the Delvena Theater Company to come to perform a live performance of A Christmas Carol. The event is best for children in grade school, but everyone is welcome to attend the performance. The event is also free. For more information, please visit burlington.org or call 781-270-1690. Come make a child's holiday a little more magical. From now until December 20th, the Burlington Fire Department will be having their holiday toy drive. Help make a child's holiday a little bit brighter for all the inpatient children at Children's Hospital in Boston. Donate new, unused, unwrapped toys for newborns to age 18. For more information and location, visit bfdtoys.com. I'm Maddie Shipka, and this has been your Community Calendar.
Another week, another photo to highlight. This week's photo shows Mother Nature versus holiday decorations. It was sent in by Colleen Moore, who happened to be eating some ice cream at Wayside when she saw the Christmas tree tip over in high winds. Fortunately, it didn't land on anything. It was able to get propped back up in short order. Thanks for the photo, Colleen. We'd like to see your photos. They could be of something you see around town, the weather outside your own door, or even photos of your family members, friends, and pets. Whatever you think is interesting and would like to share with the community. Email your photo to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line, Photo of the Week. Okay, that's it from the news desk here at BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher. Let me remind you, don't forget to sign up for our daily newsletter. You can do that at our webpage at bcattv.org. You can also reach us through Facebook, Twitter, and what else do we have? What's that other one? Snapface, as Bill Belichick would say. Okay, in any event, that's it from the news desk. I'm Phil Gallagher, along with Rich Hosford, Chris Flaherty, Robert Parrish, Peter Brown, Maddie Shipka. Thank you for joining us.